The hot air balloon was drifting fast toward the wind turbines, but the 4 people on board had no idea danger was approaching. On the ground, a man saw the shocking scene. He thought they were extreme sports enthusiasts. He was genuinely impressed, even took out his phone to capture the moment. But the 4 in the balloon weren't thrill seekers. They were just tourists. An hour earlier, they rented a hot air balloon for a better view, to keep it from flying too high. John tied a rope to a car tire, but not long after takeoff, Lisa realized they were way up in the sky. Her friends panicked. John had secured the rope. So how did this happen? John then admitted. He only tied one end to the car. He didn't know the other end had to be attached to the balloon. Jack was furious at his stupidity, but as they argued, Anna noticed something even worse. They were floating toward a wind farm. The massive turbine blades could shred them to pieces. Panic set in. Then Jack had an idea. Turn the burner to full power. Make the balloon rise and avoid the turbines. They huddled in the basket, gripping anything they could, praying for a miracle. The turbines were getting closer. They waited and waited, but nothing happened. John couldn't take it anymore. He stood up to check outside. He paid the price for his foolishness. The impact knocked the other 3 unconscious. When they woke up, they were tens of thousands of feet in the air. Jack, injured, winced as he warned Lisa, turn off the burner. If they kept rising, they'd suffocate. The balloon lost power and slowly began to descend. They finally sighed in relief. But then, John appeared, dangling in midair. He had grabbed the rope as he fell, barely escaping death. Lisa reached out to pull him back, but the strong winds made him swing wildly. Anna climbed onto the basket, stretching her arm toward him. John tried again and again, but he couldn't grab her hand. Then suddenly, a blood-curdling scream. The rope swung back, empty. John was gone. The 3 were in shock. Despair took over. They finally realized, at this altitude, one wrong move meant certain death. So they sat frozen in place, waiting for the balloon to land. Time passed. The balloon finally dipped below the clouds. Hope flickered back to life. But instead of land, they saw nothing but endless ocean. They had drifted far from shore. The balloon and basket weighed hundreds of kilos. There was no way it would float. And if the balloon got wet, it would trap them like a fishing net. To buy time, Jack told Anna to use the last fuel tank. Keep the flame low. Let the balloon hover just above the water. Maybe, just maybe, they'd have a chance. But it wouldn't last long. The fuel would only hold for 2 hours. If no boat or land appeared by then, they were doomed. Just as despair set in, Lisa spotted something. A yacht, far in the distance.